before we get started, I just wanted to say thank you to all my subscribers. You guys have pushed me over 500 subscribers. I am currently trying to get to 1,000. Once I hit 1,000, someone will be walking away with a baby bottle of B. So the only rules are you have to subscribe and you have to enter baby B in the comment section of any of my videos. So this is letter A. It was dumped on 5/12/22. So if that is a date that is close to your heart, go ahead and enter the win and walk away with a baby bottle of B. Thanks for tuning in to Bourbon Drop. I'm your host Myron. Today we've got BARDSTOWN Origin Series. Company's been around since 2014. And it's been kind of 50-50 for me, man. So we've got one that made me question what the heck I was missing. And we've got the other one that, let's just say I didn't fall in love with it.
Bottle drop, bottle drop, bottle drop.
BARDSTOWN Origin Series, they're a little different. I mean, they started in 2014, but you wouldn't know it. I mean, they produce for some of the biggest brands out there. You've got Blue Run, you've got Jefferson's, just to name a few brands. I mean, they decided to go ahead and let their stuff age before they put it out, and in the meantime distill for some other people. Now, they did mix some of their younger distillate with some older Kentucky and other source bourbons so they can get it into the Fusion series, but this is 100% of their own distillate. Now, at this time, I don't have the rye. They did come out with a rye. I've got the wheated bourbon and I've got the high rye bourbon. Now, the wheated bourbon comes in at 6 years of age. It's 68% corn, 20% wheat, and 12% malted barley. On the other hand, you've got the high rye mash bill. It comes in at 60% corn, 36% rye, and 4% malted barley. Now, when I cracked these the other night, I had my own thoughts on them, so I want to get them in the glass in front of you guys. Yes, I did that on purpose so you can hear that nice little cling, and then I'll go ahead and put the subscribe noise down the bottom. The high rye does come in at 96 proof. Yeah, 96 proof. Let's get into the nose. So, I don't get as much alcohol as I did the first night I opened it up. When I opened it up that first night, man, it was a punch of alcohol that just hit me in the nose. Tonight, I'm getting a lot of green apples, red apples, almost like fresh green grapes. I'm getting a lot of oak in here. And it's only 6 years old. Slight raisin note, so it does have some fruits in it. I'm not getting any of the typical vanilla. Maybe that'll come out after I go into the palate. Let's see what it does. A lot of the light fruits transfer over. I do get a lot of green and red apple on that thing. A slight hint of raisin. There is a lot of pepper on the mid. Some pepper towards the back, but not really finishing with any pepper. It's got a hint of a leather on the back end, but that's pretty much it. Let's get into the wheater. Now, I chose to do the wheater last because the wheater's 100 proof, and I did not want the 100 proof one to make the 96 proof one come off a little thin. Let's get into the nose. Wow. The alcohol stayed from the other night. The alcohol in the wheater punches me in the nose. It has a lot of earthy notes going on. There's a really old wood smell that I get out of this one. Maybe a light pepper, but so far I'm not getting any fruits. Let's go into the palate. Wow. That's sweeter. That's actually sweeter. That comes off kind of like a scotch almost. It's got this real nice light raisin in it. The mouthfeel is decent. The mouthfeel is decent. I will say it's decent. It's not light. It is there, it's showing itself, but it is not heavy at all. This wasn't oily either, but it would seem like it was just a little thicker than 100 proof. Let's go back into the palate. Yeah, it's got a pretty good mouthfeel. I do get some pepper across the back. It is very sweet up front. It is more spicier. For that to be a wheater, maybe because I didn't clean between the two, but for this to be a wheater, it comes off more spicier than the high rye. And it comes back, and it's got a really, really long finish. Like I said, the mouthfeel on the wheater is decent. I felt like the 96 proof to be 4 points lower was actually a little more viscous in the mouth. Let's go back into the nose. A little bit of citrus starts to come out now. I don't get the typical vanilla notes that I normally get in the bourbon. I am starting to pick up a little bit of citrus on this thing. That apple kind of falls to the background. That was turned more into an apple peel. Let's go back into the nose of the wheater. Wow. That is a really old wood, and now I'm starting to pick some raisin up out of this thing. So let's get into the breakdown. Now, price-wise, I will say this. This one cost me $39.99. This one cost me $44.99. So basically 40 and 45 bucks. Now, those are good prices because I did read an article online where they say they can be anywhere from 45 to 60 bucks. Now, Nicks of Clinton tend to release all of their bourbons at retail, no matter how sought after they are, no matter how allocated they are, they tend to sell them for retail. So this one right here, is it worth over retail? No, I wouldn't pay over retail for it. It is 6 years old. They both are 6 years old. I wouldn't pay over retail for it. I think it is priced appropriately. The 6-year-old bottled and bond wheated version, I wouldn't pay over retail for this one either. I think that this one is priced appropriately. It could actually come down a little bit, but maybe the process of making this one was a little more expensive. That's why they have to charge more. I am happy to see that we are getting a 6-year product for 40 to 45 bucks. That warms my heart because I am so tired of seeing things that 2, 3, 4 years old that cost you 60 bucks and beyond. I mean, to me, that's just ridiculous, but I understand people have to make their money back. And I will give it up to BARDSTOWN because they are producing some amazing whiskeys for other brands. This is only the tip of the iceberg. Would I give these to a new bourbon drinker? 96 proof, 100 proof, a little more spicy, a lot less spicy, a little lighter on the palate with those fruits. I think these would suit a new bourbon drinker well. Would they always be on the bar? At this point, I am going to say no. They will not always be on the bar. They will hang around because I am not going to them as much. I mean, I kept the Fusion for years and I was not a big fan of it and I tried to like it. I mean, this thing is about 2 years old and I just couldn't get with it. The Discovery 8, I've had less than a year. I've had far less than a year. And you see what that is because that thing is good. So will these always be on the bar? The answer is no. I will applaud them for their inaugural releases. I am going to try the rides to see what that one is all about. But with all that being said, let the whiskey flow. Never run out unless you're headed to a drop. Till next time.